With Falcon hockey coach Joe Cranston. And Joe, the Falcons last played way back on November 24th and beat St. Olaf 3-2. 6 different Falcons picked up a point in that game, and goalie Cassie Campbell made 20 saves in the win. Could you talk about that game a little bit?
Well, St. Olaf's a good team. We haven't played them for a long time. Different coaches there since we've played them, so we weren't really sure what to expect, but they're a good team. Every game they've played this year was a 1-goal game, and they ended up getting one right at the end, and so our game ended up a 1-goal game, and they split with Stevens Point. So I mean, they're a good team, and I thought we played okay. We're still not playing as well as we should be, but it's pretty early in the season, so we're learning and getting better. But it was a pretty fun game. It was up and down, and it's just a great atmosphere here at Hunt Arena, and because of that too, their coach Buzz just said he'd like to come back every year and play that game here on that Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So we just kind of locked that down, and that's just a great non-conference matchup, so we're going to do that at home every year from now on.
Joe, talk about the power play a little bit. River Falls has scored 7 power play goals this year in 38 attempts. That's about an 18% success rate. Talk about what goes into a successful power play.
Well, I think the big thing with our power play this year, everybody's buying into it, and it's true with any system. If people don't buy into it, it's not going to work. But our last couple of years, we've struggled on the power play, and we've changed it. We've actually just gone away from everything we've done in the past, and this year we bring it up top, and we kind of rotate into a diamond, and just a lot more things open up that way. But the biggest thing with running a good power play is the players need to know where the penalty killers are and take advantage of where they go. Maybe they get out of position a little bit, but we're just trying to create 2-on-1s on the power play by moving the puck and trying to isolate a penalty killer. And really a good power play, just it's what you see, it's how you think and read and react. But we have a little higher skill level this year than we're used to having, so we're able to do a few more things that way. But yeah, 7 power play goals this year. I think last year at this time we maybe had 3 or 4, so we're doing a lot better on the power play, and hopefully that'll just continue in this weekend.
Joe, the Falcons are 5-1-1 overall right now, 1-1 in league play, ranked number 4 in the US College HockeyOnline.com poll. You got 2 road games, NCHA road games this weekend at Adrian College, kind of a long trip for you. 3 o'clock on Saturday, noon on Sunday, that's Eastern time. What do you know about Adrian?
Well, their record I don't think really tells the whole story. They're 2-5. I think they lost their first 4 games, but they outshot their opponents in every game, and I think they outplayed their opponents in a lot of those games. So that tells me they're a pretty dangerous team to play against, they've been on the road a lot. They just had their first home game, I think, last weekend, so this will be their second, third home game. And we went out there a couple years ago, and we don't know what it's like to play on the road there. They're physical, and the refs kind of let it go, so we know it's going to be a tough road. And then, speaking of the road, we're going to spend 13 hours on the road tomorrow. We leave here at 8 in the morning, get out there about 9 o'clock at night. So that's a big part of it. But we'll get a morning skate in on Saturday, 9. We'll get a little skate in and then play in the afternoon. So hopefully we won't have bus legs. But that does play a big part. But we went out there 2 years ago and had a win and a tie, and then they came here last year and swept us. But now that they're in our conference, that's a whole new ball game. Last year you didn't have to play to win. You could try some different things because we don't get a lot of non-conference games. So it means these are huge games for us, especially now with Lake Forest when they took 3 out of 4 points from Stevens Point. They're really in the driver's seat right now. So if we even go in there and get a split, we're going to be playing catch-up all year. So we really have to go down there and take care of business. But again, they're a really good hockey team. We're going to have to play better than we have been to come away with 4 points.
Joe, good luck to the Falcons this weekend. We'll talk to you next week. For Falcon Sports, this is Jim Thies.